Next thing I want to do is get a sound when we have our cube socketed into our socket. So we have an XR socket interactor on this invisible trigger collider, and it already has a couple of events in it. On the socket interactor, select means something different. It's not about the grab button anymore. In this case, select means when something has been socketed into this socket. So right now we already have the red light turning off, the green light turning on, and then we have the door turning off. And actually, I need to have the other door turn off too, don't I? Because there's two doors. So door also should be game object set active and then leave it unticked so it turns off the active setting. So that's going to mean once we put the cube into this socket, red light turns off, green light turns on, both doors go away. One more thing I think we'd like to do is have a sound effect that lets us know that good things just happened. So we're going to add yet another thing to this list. So this probably feels familiar by now. You know, we're going to drag our sound, which in this case is something I have called reveal. It's not going to play on awake. I don't particularly need it to be spatial, and in fact, I don't particularly need it to respect reverb either. Because I think it's going to sound more like just a magic sound effect and not really be like in the room, so to speak. I'm going to drag this socket object in as an object. We're going to do something on select, and then the function is going to be audio source and play. The other thing, sort of half by design and half by happy accident, that's happening is when this plays, it will also stop the background music. And the reason is I have the background music attached to one of these doors. So as soon as the door ceases to be active, the background music that's attached to it also ceases to be active. And I actually want that, so I'm sort of getting two birds with one stone there. But if the background music were being played on a separate object or something, we could address that object and turn it off using this same process. So everything works as intended, except one thing I've noticed about what just happened and about the XR interaction toolkit in general is that twinkle sound you might have noticed was still happening once I let go of the cube and put it in the socket. So it seems that being socketed into a socket still counts as a select, so to speak, for the interactable events list under GrabCube. Because remember, this sound, this kind of twinkle sound, is only supposed to play when select is entered, and then when select is exited, it's supposed to stop. So it does instantaneously kind of stop for just the slightest bit while I let go, but then it starts up again as soon as it's socketed. So being socketed seems to send the select message. So the easiest way that I know of to stop this happening is on socket, I'm just going to add one more thing. And that's going to be to tell the GrabCube's audio source to no longer be enabled. So I'm going to choose the Boolean enabled and have it be unticked. So what that's basically doing is over here, it's turning this off. So, you know, upon socketing, it turns this off. And even though this thing's trying to play, because this is telling it, I'm socketed, therefore I'm selected, it can't play because it's been turned off. And then incidentally, in your console, it's going to throw a kind of yellow warning that it tried to play audio, but it was a disabled audio source. I don't think that this actually causes any real problems for us, but that's how I'm solving that. There may be other ways to do this, but this is how I've found to do what I want it to do. So now I should get the functionality I'm after.